What if a myriad of your favorite YouTubers were in a card game, akin to something like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon? Today, I'm going to be turning some of my all-time favorite creators into trading cards with custom abilities, stats, and all of that good stuff. For a quick rundown, I'm going to be drawing Courteezy, Spaceman, my Pham, and the king, the legend, the shogun, Coryxkenshin, as unique trading cards, each with their own special powers based on their content. Are you serious, Wallace? Are you serious right now? Why does something wrong always happen in my intros? What was I saying? Oh yes, each with their own special powers based on their content and personality. And to probably make this a Mighty Mokonaut video, I will be completing my intro. So, without further ado, welcome Space Cadets. Let's get started. Alright, so to start off, you already know I had to include her. Courteezy. Her videos. Hilarious. Relatable. A+ content. She's the type of YouTuber that can turn literal nonsense into pure entertainment. And naturally, I had to cook up a trading card that embodies all of that. So let's break it down. Card type. Comedy and roast queen. And of course, I'd consider her an entertainer rather than an influencer, but also an influencer because she influences me to laugh and be happy and joyful, and she's just a pure bottle of hilariousness, so I'd say entertainer before influencer. Then I'd also say comedian, because if I haven't mentioned this already, she's hilarious. For the design, I went for a bold, queenly pose, you know, something that screams big personality, big main character energy, and of course, I had to include that signature side eye of hers, because what is Courteezy without a little bit of a judgmental reaction? Now let's get into the abilities, because this card is packed. Rank A, of course, you know, these are some of my favorites, so they're gonna have high rankings. Attack power, 85, defense, 90, and card type, of course, entertainer, but also, I think I made her like a defense card or something, like she's defense instead of offense, because she doesn't need to get her hands dirty, you know, like, Courtney's not going to fist fight you. She will judge you into submission. How about that? Abilities and stats. The Side Eye Supreme automatically debuffs any cringe content within range. If an opponent is caught in 4K being out of pocket, their attack power drops by 50%. Subscriber Shield. This ability literally runs on love. The more engagement the card has, likes, shares, comments, the higher her defense stats get. So, basically, the more support, the harder she is to take down. And because every card has their weakness, here's Courtney's. It's called Hater Energy Drain. If her comment section gets a little too toxic, it temporarily reduces her attack power by 10. But let's be real, she'll roast them and bounce back. We know Courtney, she's a queen, she's the myth, the legend. The balance of her card and playstyle are pretty much similar to maybe the way she's portrayed by her fans, so I made sure to keep the card balanced, high charisma, strong wit-based attacks, and, you know, slight weaknesses to secondhand embarrassment. Like, if something gets a little too cringe, she takes a minor recoil damage. But overall, a powerhouse in the deck, especially against influencers who should probably log off. Alright, so you know how I mentioned that these are some of my top YouTubers, right? The ones who have been genuinely inspiring me to create my own content. And high-key, without them, and my family of course, hi y'all, this channel probably wouldn't even exist. And we're starting off strong with Courteezy. Let's go back in time a little bit. Let's just reminisce in the reminiscing sauce. I'm in high school, not now, but in the reminiscing sauce, I'm in high school, and I'm about to move cities, and then I start watching this absolutely hilarious YouTuber. I don't exactly remember what her channel is, but I know I saw her, and I know I thought she was really funny, so I saved one of her videos in my watch laters, instead of just subscribing. Like, hello? Slow person back in the day. I'm very smart now. Then I start my new school, and then quarantine hits. And I really just wanted, like most people at the time, to have something that would distract me from the ongoing chaos that was the outside world. And I started binge watching Courtney's content. I've been watching Courtney's channel for a really long time, and in that time, I've watched her content publicly, like on my phone or on the TV outside in the living room. So now even my family enjoys her comedy style, personality, and overall beautiful persona. My older sister is pretty picky about what she watches, so it was a real treat, like a real like yahoo, a big yippee, when I had one of Courtney's more viral videos playing in the living room, and she was like genuinely enjoying it. Like, we were like dying laughing. We thought it was the funniest thing ever, and like it was a really big bonding moment because like it was just fun. But yeah, it was great. And fast forward to now, we all still reference random quotes from her videos in our daily lives. Like, it's crazy. Genuinely, Courtney is the kind of like creator where she could post a video of her just breathing for 3 hours, and honestly, I'd probably sit there and watch the whole thing. zero shame. I just love the way she like articulates her emotions, like her genuine reactions to things. Her laugh is contagious. There's just so many great things about her, and like a lot of YouTubers on this list. She's kind of been adopted into my family. Like, she's just like another big sister. It's like, it's to say that is probably cringe, and honestly, who gonna stop me? Who's going to stop me? But yeah, it's just a treat to watch her videos, and you know, it's like after a long day, or you know, that infamous moment where you like finally get your lunch or your dinner and you're like, time to put on a YouTube video instead of a movie because the food's gonna be gone in 12 minutes. And it's a good her channel's good to watch for those instances, because you know, you'll choke on your food or you'll actually survive. Her dedication, inspiring. Her energy, immaculate. Her fan base, so unproblematic. Her content has only gotten more polished over the years, and she's matured a lot, but she still keeps that same kind of energy and that same form of comedy, and I love that. Like, she hasn't changed, she's improved. And her vlog channel, girl, I put her videos on in the background all the time because her personality, her energy, her spirit, it's so pleasant to have in a room with me. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going shopping with a friend, even though I don't have to leave the house. And that's just, that is excellent. I love not having to leave my house. I could go on and on, but as you know, we've got 3 more YouTubers to get into. So this is Courteezy, a legend, a queen, a content creator who will stand the test of time.
Hey guys, it's your girl Courtney. Welcome back to my channel.
Here comes a new challenger!
Sarah has the kind of personality to make variety content and not bore people. Like, I love when she's doing her commentary videos, I love when she's doing her tutorials. If I had the money, I would subscribe and freaking join her Patreon, but I'm poor, so I can't right now, but when I can, I definitely will. Like, it's just, Sarah makes great content. And obviously this is based, but her personality is just so, like sumptuous. It has such vibrato. Just so delicious. It's so tasty. And so that I have somewhere to put this energy, let's get into her abilities and stats. Because of the kind of like support she gives, spoiler alert, she's a support card, I just felt like that's best suited to maybe a cosplayer who creates things rather than a cosplayer who's going out and, you know, standing and punching people in the throat. Though I don't doubt that she could do that. I feel like Sarah has a mean punch for some reason. She just has the build to be able to punch the crap out of somebody. But yeah, so she's a rank A. Her attack power is 70 and her defense is 95. I give everyone attack power because everyone is willing and able to kill. I mean, defend themselves if necessary. So yeah, her card type is cosplayer/support. It goes into the category of what kind of content she makes and what she would serve on the battlefield as a card. And now, let's talk about the abilities and stats. I gave each YouTuber their own kind of like content-based attack, if that wasn't clear by the first one I did for Courtney. So, number 1 for Sarah is Cosplay Cacophony. Like the name, I do too. It tickled me a little bit. This ability boosts the stats of all ally cards when they're wearing a well-crafted, empowering costume, you know, of course, made by her. Basically, cosplay buffs everyone. I just thought that this was a genius idea because I'm a genius and everything I do is genius.
I'm clever!
But on a more serious note, I thought this was a good idea because she seems like the kind of person who can make very well tailored, not even seems, period. Let's pause right there. Let's actually scrap that whole thing. She is the kind of person who makes very well created cosplays, and I thought that that was a cool ability for her to have, to just be able to, you know, like money spread cosplays on people and be like, take this. Ability number 2, unproblematic utility. It grants all of her team members personalized weapons that do 10 extra damage. Basically, when Sarah crafts something, it's functional and deadly, and of course, stylish. Now for her weakness, which is titled Perfectionists. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard the tss. I have a little bit of a lisp, if you couldn't tell. So, we're gonna try that again. Everyone, say it with me. Perfectionists paralysis. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. It's called Perfectionist Paralysis, and it does this. If a project isn't coming together as envisioned, she might lose a turn, tweaking a seam, or repainting armor, but hey, quality takes time. Now let's talk more about Sarah Spaceman herself. the way I found her channel, and how much I genuinely enjoy watching her videos. I found Sarah's channel right after the big strawberry dress era, but right before the whole Halma and Miku takeover, so I landed right in the sweet spot between new fans and people who had literally been here since the beginning, the like Peridot video people. Like, I'm like, hello? I was not here that long, but I am still an avid supporter. My fist is up for you, Sarah. And honestly, she was exactly what cosplay YouTube needed. Let's be real, like, 2018 to 2020, cosplay content was in shambles on YouTube. The long-form, in-depth guides were dead. Everyone had jumped ship to TikTok, and while short-form content thrived, the detailed, well-crafted tutorials were practically extinct. But then, like a cosmic savior descending from the stars, Sarah came in, and boom, she revived the scene with her classy, well-produced, super informative content. She made what seemed like hugely impossible projects tangible for the people who had the time, resources, and really big desire to actually dive into making their own cosplays. And with that graphics design degree, shout out the arts, her videos don't only just look polished, they look important to her. They look like she really puts in the time to make them look exactly how she wants them to, and her little graphics, the starfish people, I love them. Sarah, if you never extend yourself beyond the starfish people, we won't be mad at you. We love them. They're adorable and very, very wholesome. Her editing, crisp. Her explanations, so good they make me want to pick up sewing again. She gives history, the angles, the techniques. It's all just so beautifully put together. And honestly, the video that made me subscribe, I believe it was her. I finished my Kokomi cosplay video because, like, you know what? I don't even mess with Genshin Impact like that. I don't, but their character designs are very, very intricate, very beautiful, and for someone to like take the time to make a tutorial on something like that rather than just, you know, I'm gonna zoom through this process real quick and make a TikTok real quick, it brought back that feeling of like the good old days, like 2010, when I was like a baby still looking at cosplay videos on YouTube. The way she broke everything down in that video, it gave me flashbacks, and it reminded me of peak cosplay YouTube, Mango Sirene, Sachi, Kenpatsu cosplay, Kamui cosplay, the legends, and Sarah, she's carrying that torch flawlessly. With the stats out of the way, let's talk about Sarah's design, because it's really important that you know this, that you know that I know this. I know she hates gloves. I know she doesn't like them. She said it once in a video, and I was like, oh, understandable. Like, if you don't make them right, they look funky. And if you do make them right, you have to take them off when you want to like eat stuff and use your hands, and she goes to conventions, so like there's that. But also, the gloves are a big part of magical girl culture, and they're cute. And I thought they were really cute, so I put them on her. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I wanted to give her kind of like that magical girl vibe because I just think that that works. I think she would look really cute in a magical girl costume. I feel like her snow Miku is almost like a snow magical girl. Like, it just has a lot of magical girl elements that I really like. So I decided to opt in for more of like a fantasy design for her because obviously she makes these really intricate and amazingly well put together big cosplays, and I think that if she was like some kind of like magical girl creator, her costume would be super intricate and cute and just girly, and I thought that that was a really big part of her brand, and I made it like space themed. I put the little Saturns there, the little planets with rings, and I included a lot of little gemstones and stuff, and I just like, I think hers design wise is my second favorite. My first favorite is of course the one you haven't seen yet, two of them you haven't seen yet, but the last one is my favorite, I believe. I believe it was the most painful to draw because, good God, it was the most painful to draw. But Sarah's is probably my second favorite, design-wise. I really love hers. And I've never done ringlets before, and doing like the ringlets for her hair, oh my God, I hated that so much. But when she curls her hair, they make such really pretty ringlets, and I wanted to include that as like a dramatized version of her actual hairstyle. And yeah, I was actually going to just like personify her space person, the little starfish lady, but I was like, nah, it's Sarah, I gotta do Sarah, so this is what I went for, and I really hope you guys like it. My insanity aside, here is Sarah Spaceman's trading card. She's a cosmic force of creativity, and if you're not subscribed to her yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? If you enjoy cosplay content, if you enjoy tackling important big projects, if you just like hearing a very beautiful and funny person speak, go watch Sarah's content. You will not be disappointed. Alrighty, this is Sarah's card. Graceful, gallant, and glamorous, our galactic G-Nile goddess is ready for battle.
There is a question every cosplayer has to ask themselves when they start a project. How literally do I want to interpret this design?
Here comes a new challenger!
If there's anyone who motivates me more than Christ and my family, it's her. I started watching my fam back in 2019, I believe, when we were like, about the same age, and obviously we're still the same age now because I don't just randomly get older than her. But anyway, even then, when we were both still teenagers, she was out there living a life I thought only adults could pull off, like traveling alone, moving out at 15. Meanwhile, like, I'm in here like just trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat for breakfast. But that is exactly why I love her content. Maya has this unstoppable fire, and she's never lost it. She's always been unapologetically herself, and that's why people are so invested in her journey. Whether she's traveling the world, dropping life advice, or just being effortlessly herself, you feel like you're right there with her, just journeying through life and trying to figure it all out together. Also, her New York content? Elite. Like, Mai and New York go together like me and Ganondorf. Like, it's just a match made in heaven. Sing it with me. A match made in heaven. Though it doesn't matter where she goes in the world, she's always just going to be herself, and she's always going to make that moment her moment. It's just like, she grabs life by the balls, and she's like, you're not finna take me. Okay, I'm gonna take you. How about that? Where's my gun? And Sterling is the bestest, cutest, a lovable, adorable dog. I love Sterling. I just needed to get that out of my system. All right, let's talk about her card. Rank A, okay? These are the rankings. Attack power, 92. Defense, 85. Card type, influencer / I think she's an attack card. Yes, she's an attack card. I'm gonna tell you guys why she's an attack card. It's because she's a go-getter, okay? Like, she's going to get out in life and she's going to go get it done. I feel like that just works, okay? That just works, in my opinion. My fam doesn't immediately equate to maybe an attack card in your head, but for me, the way my brainule is set up, for me, it works for me. Why did I lisp just now? Shut up, girl. Oh my god. I need to stop this. Also, if you watch me regularly, like my 12 regular watchers, if you watch me regularly and you didn't just get here because the YouTube algorithm recommended this video to you, I have all this energy because I had coffee this morning. I had caffeine. I'm so sorry. I should not have had caffeine. Caffeine works on me, okay? Sugar works on me. Like, I could eat like a pack of like Swedish fish and I'm done for the rest of the day. The energy is up. Don't have me quote Courtney here. Quote Courtney? Energy is up. Energy is up. Anyway, back to the explaining part of Mai's trading card and, her abilities and stats. Let's get back to that. Anyway, yes, she is an attack type card. That is her card type, and she's an influencer, so that's what she does. I feel like that works better for her. An influencer works better for her than it does for Courtney, but we're not going to talk about that, so let's get into the abilities and stats. I had so many ideas for hers, and I think it's because her content style isn't finite to me. Like, she can do anything, and I feel like anything will work for her, and it just makes me want to include a lot of different bits of her personality into the way she attacks, but I had to stick to the main set of things that I came up with, and it is these two. Attack number 1, spontaneous travel. This is OP. Mai can teleport to any open slot on the battlefield, dodging attacks completely. You think you got her, but then no, you don't got her. She's already in another continent. Number 2, I had to. Alchemy. This is huge. She can revive every card on the battlefield that has, been previously knocked out, bringing back all allies. Pure comeback energy. You thought the game was over, but nah, Mai, she don't lose. And of course, her weakness, indecisiveness. With all the unlimited possibilities, choosing the next move can take one extra turn. But let's be real. No matter what she picks, she's still gonna win. Now, let's talk about her design a little bit, because I already know a few of you diehard Mai fans are gonna be like, girl, this ain't Mai, she don't dress like that. But she literally wore this outfit. This is literally an outfit she's wearing. Wow, she's worn. I literally just combined a few of her Instagram photos together into one kind of like cool character design that I wanted to go for her, because I feel like if she's gonna be on the battlefield, it's a little bit more edgy, kind of like, you know, like giving more grunge aesthetic. I mixed up a few of her pictures. Like, I think the hairstyle is from one of her like photo shoots where she was like doing this weird like thing with her hair. It was super cool. I'll put it up now. And then this outfit is from another one of her photo shoots where she was like, I think the caption is like playing dress up, and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks really good on her. That's what I want to draw her in. And yeah, I really like the way this one turned out. So here it is, my Pham's trading card. A true fearless explorer, always on the move, always leveling up, and always ready to tackle life and do her best to live it to her best happiness and ability.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Get Ready With Me video.
Here comes a new challenger!
Now, this man right here, this legend, this absolute unit is Coryxkenshin. I'm gonna try not to be cringe. I know cringe nowadays is just like genuinely showing how you feel about something and being excited about stuff and being happy and living a happy life. Apparently that's cringe to people nowadays. I blame the internet. But I'm gonna try not to be cringe. And let's be real, I probably will. And you know what? I do not care. So yeah, story time. I first heard about Cory from my younger brother. Shout out Eli. How are you doing? I hope you actually watch this video and you don't just be lying to me that you actually watch my videos. I hope you're actually watching them. I will take my TV back. But yeah, my little brother showed me Cory. And this was back when like, okay, I'm gonna get a little candid here. And if you don't like candid speech, then I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna get a little bit candid here. This was back when Black YouTube was just peak tomfoolery. Like, I'm talking about like those stupid like smash or pash videos, like families like exploiting their kids. Like, it was just like, what are y'all doing for real? What are y'all doing for real? I don't want anything to do with anything. I don't want anything to do with this. And I was just mostly watching gamers and the makeup ladies and cosplay content at the time. So it was kind of just like, and artists, of course. That's like a given. But yeah, back on track. This is when Black YouTube was just kind of like trash. It was delinquency. It was tomfoolery. It was just like, what are y'all doing for real? Why are y'all acting like this? Where are y'all parents? So yeah, when he came to me with this new YouTuber, I was like, boy, I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm not trying to hear all of that. And also, being the older sibling, I was like, I'm not trying to hear about some new YouTuber you're watching because like I'm the older sibling and I like make fun of you and I like making fun of you, it's fun. But one day, he showed me a clip of one of Cory's Mortal Kombat videos, I believe, and I won't lie, like, I chuckled. Like, it was just a little bit of a chuckle, and you know, I was trying to hold up my facade of being the older sibling who's into way better content than my younger sibling, and you know, like, it was nothing crazy, it was just a little chuckle. It was like, haha, that was funny. But, you know, I kept this funny black guy in the back of my mind. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll watch his channel when I'm like 85, and I don't have to admit that I actually liked something my little brother showed me. Fast forward a few weeks, I believe, and it's like, I remember the day by date so vividly. It's January 7th, 2018. And like, I was sick. Like, when I say sick, it was probably the worst fever I've ever had in my life sick. Like, I was like, lights bothered me, I was sneezing, coughing, like the 9 yards, the 18 billion yards, the whole football field type beat. Like, I was sick to the point where I didn't even want to get up out of bed. And my mom knew, so I was staying home, and my little brother was getting up for school, and at the time we shared a room, so he was getting ready for school, and he liked to put on TV before he left. It was this adorable habit. I don't know if he still does this, because we don't share a room anymore, and I don't wake up when he wakes up anymore, because I'm out of school and unemployed, so I wouldn't know. But it was this adorable habit that I would never admit to thinking adorable at the time, because I was an angsty teenager, but now I can say it easily. He was just so cute. He was a cute little kid. Anyway, yeah, he liked putting on TV. He put the TV on, he was watching Cory, and I'm just like, oh my god, turn this off, because sound, light, and like, you know, like visuals, like it irritated my eyes. And I didn't tell him that, because it was his daily routine, and I wasn't gonna tell him to turn off the TV. That's messed up. But yeah, I just laid over and faced my head into the pillows, and I'm just like, I'm waiting for this little dude to leave. And crazy thing is, I feel like he did this on purpose. Like he left the remote on the dresser that's a billion kajillion feet away from me, and I'm like, I'm not getting up, so the TV's just gonna stay on, and I'm just gonna pass out anyway because I'm weak, exhausted, and I have no food in my body. So my brother leaves for school, and while he's heading out, he leaves the TV on, and YouTube's running, and guess who's playing on the TV? Courteezy. I believe it was his Cuphead playlist, like it was rolling, and you know, like since I was too weak to change it, I just let it play. The first video, like, you know, few laughs, a little bit of hee-hee, some kikis that were in there. I was like, ha ha ha, hee hee hee, ho ho ho. This is entertaining, mildly. I'll tell no one. No one will know that I find this entertaining. By the second video, I was like genuinely hooked. Like his comedy style, his editing, the way that he like, it was just being Corey. Like that's like this man's strongest suit. It's just being himself and doing it in a room of people who probably hate him. Like, and by the end of the playlist, I jeopardized my sick, weak little female creature body to get out of bed, to grab the remote and look for more to watch, because it was just like, it was that entertaining. I was willing to burn out my eye sockets with the migraine that I had watching Corey, and I was like, wow, this is great. I take back everything I said. I was mean, and I freaking love this guy. And honestly, without getting too emotional, I really, really needed that at the time. I had just moved schools. My longest friendship, my long-term friendship, the longest friendship I've ever had in my life was falling apart, and I couldn't tell why at the time. I wasn't drawing like I used to, and honestly, I think I was depressed. Like, if I could go back in time and go get myself evaluated for like depression or something, I probably was a little bit sad in my brainual. But Corey, like his energy, his positivity, his whole spirit, it brightened up my life in a way that nothing else could at the time. He got me through the pandemic. He got me through high school that I hated. I freaking hated high school. And to this day, he still motivates me, and I'm, bro, gunk, gunk, gunk. If Corey's content is a drink, it's water. It's delicious. First of all, it's delicious. It nourishes you. Amen. And it's a necessity. Like, personally, I'm fiending for the next video. Corey doesn't know me. He doesn't know I exist. He doesn't know that I'm breathing air right now. But without him, I wouldn't have pursued art full time. Like, real talk. I wouldn't have pursued art full time. I kind of probably just would have gone with my psychology degree and gone to go do the psychology business. I probably would have been, it would have been an art career kind of. I'd have done probably like art therapy or something, but I wouldn't be doing this. And I wouldn't have the faith to do this. Done with the yammering for now. Let's talk about Corey's card. Abilities and stats. So we've got something pretty iconic to him, the Samurai Slice. Corey can counter enemies before they even land a hit. You think you got him? He saw your attack coming 10 moves ago. There's also an intense AoE, like Sword Slice, that hits all enemies within range, and I really wanted to include that because it kind of like, it's reminiscent of Dragon Ball when they do that, like when Goku does that freaking, what scene is that? He's like kicking and it's like all his legs like moving at once. And I know Corey's way into Dragon Ball. Me personally, I was never a Dragon Ball kid.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And then we've got his ability 2, which is Shogun mode. When his health is super low, he goes full power. Like, he exerts all of his energy to get that one final strike out. And we've seen this in Corey's content, like, you know, throughout his career. You know, when Corey's backed into a corner, you know, he just kind of just comes out on top. But anyway, this ability is kind of inspired by Kratos' Spartan Rage, and I really liked that idea, but like applied to maybe more of like a samurai kind of like samurai style execution, like something akin to like maybe Ghost of Tsushima, or I don't know, what's the other one, Sekiro? But yes, absolute and total domination. And for his weakness, we have there's a name for it. I thought of this on the bus. I thought it was really funny. I hope you guys like it too. It's called Disappearus Contentus. Laugh. So the way Disappearus Contentus works is if there's too much energy stripped from Corey's card, it disappears from the board. And it isn't playable for up to 2 years. Y'all know I had to do it. You know, if he'd be taking in breaks, I had to include it. I'm sorry. I thought it was hilarious. No digs towards Corey. Just a little bit of a dig. Just a little whoop with my little Animal Crossing shovel. All right, this is my favorite design. I don't know why. At first I hated it, okay? I was drawing it and I thought the line work was really nice, and as you can see probably in the playback of the time lapse, I was playing with a bit of like a helmet, like a shogun's helmet, and I thought that'd be cool if maybe like he was a shogunate, and I thought that that was genius. I thought that, you know, I had, oh my gosh, new idea, big brain. But the fro in the headband is just too iconic to leave out. So I might do 2 versions. I might actually go back in there and draw him with the shogunate helmet on. I love that idea. I really liked how it was looking. I was like, but It's the fro and the headband. I have to do that. That has to be the final design that I present to the web space first. So I went with that. Also, I didn't like the blue at first, but like blue is Corey's color. And then he has this like black and white motif that he does a lot. And I thought that was really cool. So I had to include that as well with a little bit of that like weird checkered thing I have on there. And I included gold. And I included gold because, not just because he's a brown skinned man, okay? And brown and gold are just such a beautiful pairing, but because I felt like silver kind of would have washed out the kind of grays and blacks I was using. Like, I don't know. You tell me if you prefer silver or gold for this design, but I could edit it. I could change it and go in there and change all the gold bits to be silver, which I did. I actually tested it, but I didn't like it. So I went with gold and red, okay? Red and white, Japan, obviously. But red and blue are contrasting colors, and I really, really liked that vibrant red against the more deep, kind of like more saturated, but still a little bit muted of the blue color. And when I added the shine, oh, chef's kiss. Like, at first, I was like, this is ugly! I hate this! Why am I doing him so dirty? Why did I do Corey so dirty? Like, I really was like, all the girls, all the ladies look so beautiful, and me personally, I prefer drawing men, okay? Like, I love drawing men. But I had eaten down with the women, and I'm over here like selling Corey so short. I'm like, Mocha, this is hideous. But then I laid down and went to sleep, and I woke up. I was like, oh my god, girl, you ate. But yeah, his design turned out to be my favorite. I love his pose, even though it looks a little bit like, my sister said he looked a little sus. I thought that was mean. I thought it was so mean that she said that. It hurt my feelings. But he's mid swing, so his body's like curving inward. He's about to do the slice, okay? So like, you're not gonna look the most manly mid-air with your legs up, okay? I wanted to make it look like it could fit into a manga panel. There was a lot of thought behind his pose, okay? So if it looks a little weird, a little wonky, I'm still proud of it. So you guys can say what you want, but I still really, 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 really like it. Unless Corey's like, I hate this. This is ugly. I hate this so much. Delete it. Do not ever draw anything in my likeness again. I would never draw anything in your likeness again, Mr. Coryxkenshin, Mr. Kenshin. I'm so sorry. I apologize, sir. But yeah, I think I was on a different mental plane because the color job on this, it's probably some of my best work, honestly, in the history of me coloring like metal and like cloth. And the ropes, I really like the way the ropes turned out, the red ropes. I really, 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 really love this design. One thing I did forget was the sheaths for his sword, his katana. I was like, Mocha, you know there's like, you gotta find a place to put those, right? And I'm like, no, I can make a story for it. He's like mid-battle, he dropped his sheaths on the floor so he could make the proper ending final slice. And you know, there's a story now. So my mistake is canon, but it's not a mistake, it's canon. Like down to the socks, I love how I really love how I colored everything. Like I struggle with like finding the right colors and really liking the way things look in color. So to get like my sketch to my line art, which I loved, all the way up to coloring it, and I really enjoyed coloring this whole process, I was like, thank God, thank you Jesus, because this was going to be actual hell, and I was going to not have enjoyed this at all and not posted this video. But I'm really proud of everyone's design, but Corey, I have to say it, his is my favorite. So there you have it, my friends. This is Coryxkenshin's trading card. Absolute Shogun energy, minus the Shogun it had. However, I really, really, really love the way this turned out.
Septips going on Courteezy, and welcome to Amanda the Adventurer, not Dora the Explorer. All right.
And there you have it. YouTuber trading cards. Which one do you think would be the strongest in battle? Me personally, I'm high key. I'm banking on like stacking my team with, you know, Corey and Sarah, okay? Because if Corey gets buffed, oh shoot. Oh shoot, y'all. Let me know who else you'd like to see get the, you know, the trading card treatment, because like I have more YouTubers that I want to do, but if people like recommend anything to me, I can mix that in and to maybe like do more videos of this, and this could be a series, and I'd really enjoy that, and I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this video as well. So if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know which YouTubers I should do next. And as always, stay creative, stay safe, and have a blessed rest of your day.